Have you ever looked at your content and just thought, you know what, feels a little bit like everybody else's content? I did. That was me too. And I realized there was a massive problem with that. And I've figured out what it was and I've put an end to that. If you want to know what that is, keep listening. So I'd been brought out of retail. I had no idea what I was doing. And I knew that LinkedIn and social media was key to me finding the clients that I needed to land for the business I was then working for. And I was looking to meet senior executives, corporate people, enterprise-sized businesses, very, very niche, very hard to reach people. And I had been reading all of the articles, everything, consuming all the information about how to write posts and content that applied to the LinkedIn algorithm. Did a very good job of it. Everybody knew me as the algorithm guy because, if there's a rule to follow, I can absorb it and I will follow it to the end of the earth if I believe in it, right? And it worked, right? I was getting a lot of impressions or views as it was back then, but it wasn't sounding like me. It didn't bring out my personality. And there was a big gap between what I was seeing and who I am. Could have been written by anyone. And that's the bit that threw me out. So here's what it is. If you want to create content that really converts, that really attracts people that you want to work with, that you really like, then you've got to stop following the algorithm. It's very, very simple. I'm not saying throw the algorithm out the window altogether. There are some things that you can do that are best practice that really do prevent your content being smothered by the algorithm. However, not at the expense of being yourself. Have a laugh. Post things that aren't for LinkedIn. When people say, oh, this is not Facebook, those are the things that really show your personality behind who you are. And that's really what your people, your tribe want to know. Post once a day. That's a great one. I post at least 2.5, 3 times a day, sometimes way more. I don't write for the algorithm. I write for my audience. I create content for my audience. And there's another danger here as well, right? If you're writing for the algorithm or you're creating content for the algorithm, then likelihood is that you're only going to knuckle down into the people who are already part of your network. So you'll see their engagement, you'll see their likes and comments and think, oh, great, this is working. The fact of the matter is, more than likely, your target audience aren't even part of your network yet. And if you don't write content or create content and videos that resonate with those people, you'll never attract new followers. You'll never attract the audience you want to have as opposed to the audience you already have. So what am I saying here? I'm saying be brave, step out from behind the shield of the algorithm, and be yourself. If you read a post back or you watch your video and just think anybody could have said that, is boring, then it is boring and you shouldn't be writing it. It's got to have your personality in it. It's got to have your experience in it. It's got to have your tone of voice, regardless of what the algorithm tells you to do or not do, whatever the best practice is of the day. And I was asked this earlier on, Paul, what is the best practice for the algorithm? And I'm like, do you know what? I don't even know anymore, other than the no-nos, and even then I break those regularly as well. I'm a rebel. I love being a rebel. And I have a cause. So there we go. But, too many people on there talking about being strategic and how AI can help you and this, that, and the other. And you get bogged down in engagement metrics and ROIs that really don't show how well your content's doing. The hard part of content is a lot of the time your content can be hitting the mark and you get nothing from the void. You feel like you're shouting into the void. But if you're creating content that people who are in your target audience resonate with, can understand who you are, can start to trust you and rate you as an expert, then your content is doing its work. So I guess what I'm really talking about here is being authentic to yourself, right? Authenticity isn't a strategy, it's a survival skill. Algorithms change every single day. Humans, not so much. So I would, if I was you, go back to your last 5 posts, have a look at them and tell me, would you have written this the same way if you were writing it to give us a small speech in person at a meeting. Because if you've written it for the algorithm, it probably isn't. And that would be why it's falling over. If you want to get more ideas like this, please join the Content Classroom. I'd love to see you back every week. We release a short video with a newsletter every single week. And I write it for you, not for me. So if you've got any ideas that you'd like to see in the Content Classroom next week or beyond, please let me know. And if you just enjoyed it and you just like to say thanks, I love fan mail. We love getting conversations going. Please drop into the DMs and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.